NBA Central family. Welcome to another episode of NBA Central NBA Preview. It's your boy Big Kev, Big Bro, along with Steve O Speaks. Steve O, we're going to talk about that Lakers and Clippers game from last night. But we're also going to talk about the Oklahoma City versus the Utah Jazz. And then we're going to preview the rest of the NBA games tonight. But before we do all that, we're going to check out the intro.
Thank you for tuning in to the number one place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac Boys.
All right, Steve O, man, we got another about 10 games tonight up in the NBA. But last night, the Lakers and the Clippers squared off for basically was essentially a playoff game situation or a play-in tournament situation where whoever won that game was going to jump up to like fifth place, and then whoever lost it was going to fall down in the standings. Well, it looks like the Clippers took care of business. Kawhi Leonard was on fire in the first half, hitting all types of threes and step backs. And the Lakers kind of made it interesting in the third quarter. Late in the fourth, they was like a little bit close, but the Clippers came out on top, 125 to 118. And did this, man, the Clippers beat the Lakers like 10, 11 straight times.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I don't. Hey, I sat there and picked the Lakers. I thought they was gonna get it done, but hey, looked like Kawhi and them had different plans. They came out, played right, executed right, and it just looked like they got. First of all, the first thing I noticed is they got it going early. They got their shots going early. They was moving the ball. They was getting everybody in the game. Lakers still wasn't showing no respect to Russ, and Russ made them pay for the most part. So that's what happens in these type of games. It's a serious type of game. Both teams know the implications of both game, and we see who won it more. It was the Clippers.
Well, with that win, the Clippers jumped from from sixth place to fifth place, kind of putting them on a collision path with the Phoenix Suns in the first round. Golden State fell from fifth to sixth, and the Lakers stayed at seventh. But the New Orleans Pelicans are right there with them with the same record at 41 and 39 as they got their win. And then the Minnesota Timberwolves are right there at 40 and 40 as they got their win. And Oklahoma City sitting at 3-game losing streak brings us into our game of the night between the
Mhm.
Oklahoma City Thunder and the Utah Jazz. Both of those guys are on 3-game losing streaks. The Utah Jazz have an outside chance of still making it to the play-in, but they have to win the rest of their games. And Oklahoma City wants to keep Dallas off their tails because Dallas took care of business last night with Kyrie going crazy.
Yeah. Hey, honestly, I didn't expect that to be your game of the night. I thought you was gonna say Denver and Phoenix, but I get what you're saying when you go that way. But yeah, they definitely both on 3-game losing streaks. Utah recently has lost Walker Kessler, and they've been needing them. So it's a very important game for the most part. They just lost to the Lakers. They lost to the Nets. Utah did, and I also believe they lost to the Clippers. But they was all pretty much very neck and neck games. So it's like, hey, OKC, it should be like a very even game. It should be a game that goes down to the wire, and they both should play well. Um, I think I'm going to lean. I think I'm gonna lean towards Jazz just because they at the crib. I feel like I don't know, like it's really just a toss up with these dudes. They basically almost the same team. Maybe you just pick your poisons. People might just pick SGA because SGA been doing MVP things. So, but I'm gonna just go just because they're at home. I'm gonna go with Jazz.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't want to see Dallas make the playoffs. I like seeing them in turmoil, to be honest. So I'm going with OKC to keep that pressure on Dallas because if I know Dallas rooting for Utah with every fiber they being right now.
Mhm.
They went to sleep rooting for Utah. They definitely waking up rooting for Utah. I'm gonna root for OKC to win this game tonight to keep Dallas out of the playoffs. But hey, you're right. It's definitely a toss up. The reason I picked this as the game of the night is because it just has
More.
more at stake.
Mhm.
Denver's already set at the number one
Mhm.
seed. Phoenix is already set at their position. So, that's gonna be a fun game to watch depending on who plays. Again, it's late in the season. Well, it's the
Facts.
NBA now. At this point, you never know who's gonna play. But that's why I picked that game. So we're gonna run through the rest of these games, man. It should be
It's
fun.
only 5 of them boys.
It's only 5 games. I said 10 games. One time that's
Yeah, it's
tomorrow.
only
It's
5.
only 5 games. It's only 5 games tonight. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Orlando Magic. The Eastern Conference playoff picture is pretty much set. I think you can have a little bit of teams moving around in the play-in
Mhm.
tournament, but 1 through 6 is pretty much what it's gonna be. I don't see Brooklyn catching the Knicks. The Knicks ain't catching Cleveland. Cleveland ain't catching Philly, and Philly's not catching Boston. Boston's not catching Milwaukee. So, but you can have Atlanta and Miami still swap spots. Toronto and Atlanta still swap spots, and I think we can pretty much pencil the Chicago Bulls in at number 10 for the play-in tournament. So it looks like they on pace to end up having to play against Milwaukee
Yep.
and again in the playoffs and getting knocked out. So with this game between Cleveland and the Magic, I don't think it really matters. I think Cleveland is where they're gonna be, but they should beat the Magic tonight, depending on who plays.
That's where I was going. I'm like, I can see this being one of them games where they don't play pretty much at the starters because, like you said, they pretty much at the 4th spot. Ain't too much gonna change. Even if New York wins out, they probably still not gonna be at that 4th. So the 4th spot is pretty much set. So I don't see them playing these starters that much. So I could see Orlando coming in and getting that dub.
It could definitely happen for
Yeah.
sure. I'm thinking Cleveland. You can ride with Orlando, but hey, it's one of
Yeah, it's
those
just one of
games
those
tonight.
games where the situation matters. Yeah.
Now, in this Miami Heat versus 76ers game is going to be nationally televised on TNT. The Miami Heat definitely got stuff to play for. They don't want to fall down in the play-in tournament. And then, of course, Joel Embiid is trying to wrap up his hopeful MVP season. So I'm guessing he's going to play tonight as well. But it's still early, so
Hmm.
nobody's put out their lineups and their injury reports and so on and so forth. But hey, we're gonna see. I want to see Joel Embiid and the Sixers go out there and dominate the Heat. You feel me? Go out there and whoop these boys.
Simple as that. Hey, yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
come in and whoop them. Simple as that. That's why I
I mean, because it's a
go ahead.
it's a possible first round matchup
Yeah,
situation where it could be a 3-6 situation, and Philly definitely doesn't want Miami to have any type of situation where they feel like they can beat these guys. Go out there and whoop on
yeah. Just go out there, whoop on them. I'm pretty sure you're gonna let Maxi hoop. He could go out there and take the lead if you want him to do so. You go out there, just put honestly, you go out there, just put Tobias and Maxi out there, and they can still take out a win if you want to. So it's not like Miami has been playing the greatest basketball as of late. So I feel like they can come in and get that dubs, and they at home as well.
them. Okay, that should be a fun one though, regardless. And then we got the Portland Trailblazers versus the Spurs. It's the Wembanyama special. Trailblazers
For sure.
basically gave up on their season like 2-3 weeks ago, and the Spurs never really had any hope this season.
Never.
So yeah, I don't know. Spurs are at home. I pick the Spurs to win this game.
Mm, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess I could depend on Coach Pop getting out coaching the next coach. So yeah, I guess I go with Seattle, not Seattle, San Antonio.
And then we got the last game of the night, which is, a great game for all intents and purposes. If we get everybody on the court, you just don't know who's going to play in these types of situations. With Denver pretty much having the number one seed locked up, and the Suns are going to be fourth or fifth. But this is going to be what it is. Um, you got Durant still working his way back into playing shape.
Mm,
You got Joker trying to wrap up maybe an MVP season. You got Chris Paul trying to do what he do. He on his way out. But it should still be a good game. It could be a possible second round playoff matchup out west as well. Who you got between Phoenix and Denver?
Um, I'm gonna say Phoenix because they got the better bench. I feel like they have the better bench, and that's what we majority of the think we probably gonna see tonight. So I'm just go Phoenix because I know they got a better bench than Denver.
Yeah, and Phoenix is on a 6 game winning streak. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely on fire. It don't look like they're gonna be able to move up or down
Nope.
really. So they're gonna be at the fourth seed. And then this, if Denver loses tonight, it kind of puts them the pressure back on them because Memphis is right behind them with 50 wins.
Hmm.
So it could be a situation where they end up kind of tied, I believe. And I don't know who holds the tiebreaker between those two
Yeah,
squads, but Memphis and Denver still kind of jockeying for position, depending on the tiebreaker situation.
facts. Matter of fact, let me double check that real quick. I want to see before we
And
get.
y'all, while you doing that, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share. But we definitely want to hear y'all's comments. We want to see what y'all think is going to happen tonight, today in the NBA. And by the time the playoffs start, we definitely interested in hearing what you guys got to say about the playoff matchups. So make sure y'all comment, so we can, respond to your comments and give you guys our thoughts on your thoughts. That's kind of how this worked with the whole Central family, NBA Central, NFL Central, Chicago Sky Central, Chicago Bulls Central, Baseball Central with the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs Central. So what's the tiebreaking situation?
So it's really they won. The Suns won 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 so far. So yeah,
Oh,
if they win one more game, it's done. Like they get it
no, we're talking about
against the Grizzlies.
the tie. Yeah, the
Yeah,
tiebreaking
they beat the
situation between
Grizzlies. They
Denver and
played three
Grizzlies.
times and they beat the Suns twice. I mean, they beat Grizzlies twice.
Denver did?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, so there you guys have it. Today's NBA preview situation. It should be a fun night in the NBA. Honestly, it should be a fun night. The Utah Jazz and Oklahoma City are definitely holding the Dallas Mavericks playoff hopes in their hands. So we definitely know who's gonna be watching that game tonight. Kyrie and Luca and Jason
Yeah, for sure.
Kidd and all, and they might have a watch party in somebody's basement.
They
But
don't care that
we
much, bro. Yo, bro.
they better care that much.
Yeah.
They trying to make some noise a little bit,
Yeah.
but hey, we're gonna see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's NBA preview. I believe it's about 10 games tomorrow.
Yep.
And then you got the Bulls playing Dallas, so it should be a good one. And we're gonna holler at y'all, man. Steve O, it's always a pleasure, bro. I got to get ready to go to
All
work, so
right.
we're gonna get up out of here.
Bro. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, and we gonna see y'all tomorrow.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the #1 place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac